Thinking of getting a cool, unique pet, something a little more exotic than a cat or dog? Well, you're in for a treat. Today, we're counting down the 15 best exotic pets for beginners in 2025. Pets that are fun, beginner-friendly, and surprisingly easy to care for. So, if you've got a big heart for little creatures, let's dive in.
Petopedia.
Let's start with one of the cutest little reptiles out there, the leopard gecko. These guys are tiny, quiet, and super chill. They don't need a huge space and they won't wake you up at night because they're mostly active in the evening. Plus, they come in all sorts of cool colors. Just give them a warm tank, some bugs to snack on, and a cozy hiding spot. That's it. They're friendly, low maintenance, and a perfect starter if you're dipping your toes into the reptile world. Next up, this spiky little ball of joy, the hedgehog. Yes, they've got tiny quills, but they're total sweethearts. Once they get to know you, they love to snuggle into your hands and explore your room. They're pretty quiet and don't smell much, which is great if you're living in a small apartment or with your parents. Just make sure they stay warm and have a running wheel. They love to jog at night. Okay, this one's a little weird, but in the best way possible. Meet the axolotl, a smiling water dweller that looks like a cartoon character came to life. They live in water their whole life and don't need to come up for air. Super easy to care for, just keep their tank cool, clean, and feed them some worms or pellets. They're peaceful, adorable, and will happily float around while watching you do your homework. Great for beginners who love low-stress pets. Okay, this one sounds scary, but trust me, it's actually one of the easiest exotic pets you can own. These big, chill cockroaches don't bite, don't fly, and don't need much, just a warm tank, fresh food, and a bit of a humidity. And yes, they hiss, but it's not spooky, it's more like a tiny air puff. They're surprisingly clean and fun to observe, especially when they crawl around like little tanks. If you want something really different that takes almost zero work, this is your guy. Alright, this one's wild, literally. Meet the Serval, a sleek spotted cat from Africa that looks like a tiny cheetah. Now listen, Servals are not your average house pet. They need lots of space, time, and patience. They're loyal, playful, and so majestic. They love jumping, climbing, and hunting toys like mini jungle cats. You will need outdoor enclosures and lots of enrichment, but the bond you form can be incredible. Just know this one's definitely not a lap cat. Now, don't slither away just yet. Corn snakes are one of the friendliest snakes out there, perfect for beginners who want a scaly little buddy. They're calm, easy to handle, and come in beautiful colors and patterns. Corn snakes don't need much, just a warm tank, a hiding spot, and a mouse every now and then. That's it. They rarely bite and they're so chill, it's like having a noodle with eyes. If snakes fascinate you but you're a bit nervous, this is the one to start with. Okay, hear me out. If you're into the cool and creepy, tarantulas are actually super low maintenance and kinda adorable in their own fuzzy way. They don't need much space or attention. Just a cozy enclosure, a water dish, and the occasional cricket snack. They're quiet, calm, and way less scary than you think. Most species used as pets are super docile and love being left alone, perfect for busy folks. Ready to meet a tiny flying fluff ball? Sugar gliders are insanely cute, social, and love bonding with their humans. They've got stretchy skin between their arms and legs that lets them glide. Yep, glide like a tiny superhero. They do need time and attention, but once they trust you, they'll nap in your hoodie pocket and glide onto your arm like it's no big deal. Best kept in pairs and definitely for someone who's ready for cuddles and late-night zoomies. Now let's dive underwater again, this time with the African dwarf frog. They're tiny, peaceful, and super fun to watch as they swim around like little wiggly beans. They live in water full-time and don't need any land. Just keep their tank clean, feed them tiny frog pellets, and you're good to go. No loud noises, no fuss, no biting. Just chill little frog friends doing their thing. A great pick if you love low-effort pets with maximum cuteness. Next up, the fluffiest cloud of joy you've ever seen, the chinchilla. Their fur is so soft it feels like magic. They're active, super playful, and love jumping around like popcorn. Chinchillas need a tall cage with room to climb and a special dust bath to keep that luxurious coat clean. They're not fans of hugs, but they'll warm up to you with gentle handling and patience. If you're looking for a clean, fun, and extra fuzzy friend, chinchillas will steal your heart. Ready for a lizard with a bright blue tongue? Say hello to the blue-tongued skink. These chunky little reptiles are super chill and surprisingly cuddly. They're easy to handle, rarely aggressive, and love sunbathing under a heat lamp. Just give them some veggies, bugs, and clean habitat, and they'll be living the good life. If you want a calm, low-drama reptile with a funny tongue, this one's a winner. Time to meet the chillest animal on earth, the capybara. These giant rodents are basically oversized guinea pigs, but way more laid-back and social. They love water, hanging out with other animals, and just vibing all day long. Capybaras do need outdoor space and a pool or pond to swim in. But if you've got the room, they're gentle, friendly, and surprisingly cuddly. Seriously, they're like Zen masters in fur. Feeling a little bit fiery? Then the fire-bellied toad could be just right for you. These little guys have bright orange bellies like they're wearing a fire suit. But don't worry, they're not hot to touch, just super cool to watch. They need a semi-aquatic setup and love to hop around and float. Easy to feed, easy to care for, and so fun to observe. They're small, colorful, and have big personalities for their size. Ever heard of the Kinkajou? No? Well, get ready to fall in love with this nighttime cutie. Kinkajous are small, tree-dwelling mammals from Central and South America with giant eyes and a prehensile tail that works like a fifth hand. They're playful, curious, and super cuddly once they trust you. Since they're nocturnal, they'll be most active when the sun goes down, perfect for night owls. They do need a big enclosure and lots of time to bond, but the payoff is a sweet, silly snuggler you'll never get tired of. Saving the cutest for last, the Fennec Fox, with those giant ears and cartoon eyes. This desert fox is tiny, fast, and full of energy. It acts kinda like a dog, but also a cat and sometimes a squirrel. They love to dig, run, and explore, so they need a secure space and lots of toys. They can be a little shy at first, but once they warm up to you, they're playful and full of personality. If you're ready for a big-eared bundle of joy, the Fennec might just steal your heart. And there you have it, 15 amazing exotic pets that are perfect for beginners in 2025. Each one has its own charm, its own vibe, and its own little way of making your life happier. Just remember, every pet, no matter how small or unusual, deserves love, care, and respect. So take your time, do your research, and choose the one that truly fits your lifestyle. Got a favorite from the list? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome pet-loving content.